listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world listening to the sound of my voice. It's a rainy day here in Georgia. It's a rainy day in Georgia. Feel like it's raining all over the world. Yeah, don't judge me by my singing. Just don't do it. Anyway, it's 69 degrees today, going up to a high of 75. And of course, we're gonna have rain all day because there's a hurricane brewing. Her name is Zeta. Man, you know what? I feel so bad for the people that's along the coastlines where the hurricanes just always just come and just smack them down, because it is bad. So right now, Zeta is out there and she is expecting to hit land and just tear up some stuff, y'all. Heavy rains, heavy winds, that can reach 5 to 8 feet above normal tide. I'm talking about just bad. I don't know if I could live right like on the coast like that. I know some people love the water, like they love the water and they want to be there, but I don't know. So we looking at Panama to take a hit, Pensacola, Biloxi, just intercoastal, just Gulf of Mexico. That's all I'm gonna say. And the Louisiana, poor Louisiana, they take a beating, y'all. They take a beating a lot. I don't know if I can live right there all the time, though. I'll be deathly afraid. I think I told y'all I used to be afraid. I don't even know what a dam is in Albany, Georgia, but when I was a little girl, I had this real fear about the dam bursting in Albany. I mean, a huge fear. And so one year, and I'm going to do your horoscopes. I ain't going to talk about a whole lot today, but I got to tell you this. One year, we were living in Jersey. It was 1994. OJ was on trial because, he killed Nicole. And we were in Albany. We went to Albany for the 4th of July. It was my mom, my daughter. My daughter was 3 years old at the time. My cousins, and my aunt, and my uncle. And my uncle that passed away from COVID-19. We went to Albany for the 4th of July. And while we were in Albany for the 4th of July, y'all, the river rose up so high. Now, when I was a little girl in Albany, the river will rise every year behind our house. We lived on Jackson Street in Albany. So all you from Albany, Georgia, y'all know what Jackson Street is. We lived on Jackson Street, and we used to call it down the hill because behind our house was a hill. And every year, the river would rise up, and it would rise up high. You can go to the top of the hill and see how close the river was to I'm talking about high. I'm talking about like probably 10, 15 feet high. And you could just go there and look at the fish jumping up out the water, because the water had risen so high. But we went down there for the summer of 1994. It was, and my other cousins went. We all went. So my other cousins was Dolores, Verna. I think Faye was still alive. We all went to Georgia because we all from Georgia. We're from Albany, and it's a lot of us, like my uncle's kids, my grandmother's kids. But anyway, we went to Albany, and my cousin, their mother lived around the corner from my aunt. So we go to Albany for the 4th of July. And don't you know, the river rose up. And when I tell y'all rose up, I'm talking about rose like up. Like I remember my aunt, her grandmother was still living. And we passed it was crazy because we passed the street. I want to say it was Jefferson Street. Like the water hadn't got to Jefferson just yet, but it was on Jackson. So all the houses on Jackson were submerged in water. I'm talking about up to the rooftop. So where my aunt grandmother lived, she lived on the corner of, I don't know, was it the corner of Corn and Jackson? But the house was on the corner and the water was up to the roof, y'all. And I said to her, "Isn't that where your grandmother lived?" My aunt goes, "Yeah, I hope she got out of there." I said, "If she not, she floating up to the ceiling." The water was so high. I had never seen anything like it. And when I tell you I was freaking out, but what happened was, before the water got that high, I felt a part of something. I felt like, okay, we got to go save the Civic Center. So the Civic Center is downtown Albany where they have all the concerts and things like that. So we went down to the Civic Center and we put up sandbags. We was down on sandbag. And let me tell y'all something. So the Civic Center is right by the Flint River, like literally, like you walk out the door, walk around the corner, walk across the street into the parking lot. There's the Flint River. And that's what used to rise. And when I tell y'all later on that day, The parking lot that was right down there by the Flint River, all you could see was the top of the light post. That was it, where the light was. It was water that high, y'all. It was crazy. I had never seen anything like it. When I tell you, freaked out. And I remember talking to my aunt, and she lived out by the airport. And I said to her, oh my God, the water is so high. She said, oh, don't worry about it. It's not going to come out here. We too far out. This is what she said to me. And I loved her for life. She said, no, we good. It's not going to come out here. We said, okay, girl, we woke up one morning. So my cousins, remember, they came too. Their mother called and said, the water is coming up in my backyard. Now, remind you, they lived around the corner from each other, and they both lived out by the airport. I was like, the water was coming up in her backyard. I don't know where it was coming from. Oh, I started to freak out. So then we left, and we went to go to the grocery store. Well, we had to pass by the airport. Guess what? The water was rushing across the road like the river. I freaked completely. Turned around because the water was like literally like rushing across the road by the airport. The water came all the way out there where we were, y'all. I had never seen so much water in my life. I think we stayed in Albany for 2 weeks because we couldn't get out. And then finally my cousins left, and they went the back way through Tennessee some kind of way. So when they got out of danger, they called us back. Like, it was a Sunday. I'm never gonna forget this as long as I live. It was a Sunday. My mom and my aunt was in the kitchen about to cook collard greens and chicken, and my aunt was cutting up the collard greens. And when Dolores called, she's like, "Listen, we went through Tennessee. This is the way we got out." So I think they were about to be in West Virginia at that time. They dropped everything right in the middle of the scene. Like, okay, we got to go. We jumped in the van. And everybody left, but it took us a longer time to get home. But we got home. We went through Tennessee, I think West Virginia, and then we came up on the north side through Virginia. I think it was. It was crazy. But anyway, I said all that to say, yeah, I would be deathly afraid to live that close to the water, especially when I know hurricanes happen all the time in that area. I think it's kind of like living in Arkansas. Like, I'm already like, trying to figure, okay, when I build my house, I definitely got to have a basement, not a daylight basement where you got windows. I'm talking about a basement where you go up on the ground because, listen, any time we can get a tornado down here. I told y'all my experience with like the tornado warnings. I go get in the closet. I still don't feel like it's enough though. All right, listen, I ain't going to keep talking. Let me move on to what's going on for today. So today is National Chocolate Day. Yes, it's National Chocolate Day. I know some of you love chocolate like I do. So listen, don't eat too much. Don't eat too much. It's gonna make you sick. Like, I like chocolate, but I definitely cannot eat too much. It will make me sick. Any kind of sweets make me sick. Like, if I overload on sweets, I will be sick for about an hour. Like, literally. Because my body just can't tolerate that much sugar. And so it makes me ill, like, for real. So I never eat. I may eat one piece, but to keep eating it, oh no. I'll be sick as a dog. I'm talking about sick. I'll be sweating. Like, and I have to just wait till it wear off. And it takes about an hour for it to wear off. But until that time, I am miserable. So, will I probably eat a piece of chocolate today? Yep, probably will. But would I eat a lot of chocolate? Absolutely not. So, today is National Chocolate Day. All right, let's get on to our horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thyssen for today, Wednesday, October the 28th. Listen, y'all, it's hump day. You made it to the middle. You have made it to the middle. Let me just tell you that it is hump day Wednesday. So you made it to the middle. You only got a couple days left. Hold on. It's coming. It's coming. Hold on. All right, we're going to kick off our horoscopes like we always do, and that is with Aries. If you haven't already, don't be afraid to start your own business on the side. Investment that deal with property will be lucrative. However, upset with family members may be likely. You will find good buys, and they will lift your spirits. Yes. Listen, Aries, start a side hustle. You know what I mean? Like, it's about to be a new year soon. Everybody gonna be making plans. You might as well start planning right now. Like, I'm already planning for 2021. I've been planning already. And my big goal is to expand this show. Aries, think about something that you're good at. Think about something that you love to do, that you would do it for free. And that may be the thing you want to do as a side hustle. I wouldn't say quit your job unless you have some money stacked away for the rainy days. And trust me, if you're gonna be an entrepreneur, you're gonna have some hurricanes. Let me just tell you that you're gonna have some hurricanes, some tropical storms. You're gonna have all that as an entrepreneur, because that's how the life is. I'm not saying it to scare you or to discourage you. I'm just trying to keep it real with you. Start your business on the side, make it a side hustle, and grow it, because you got to work out all the kinks. right? You got to work out all the kinks, and it's never going to be perfect. Let me just tell you that. Let me tell you something. There are some major companies, and I'm just going to tell you about this one company, then I'm going to keep going with the horoscope. There is this one company that I deal with. It's a major, major company. When I tell you, I was trying to get an answer to something, what's the day? Monday. I went through 5 people, stayed online for 2 hours, and still could not get an answer. And I'm talking about a multi-billion-dollar company. It's never going to be perfect is my message to you. No matter what you do, your company is never going to be perfect. So start your side hustle, get it to the best you can. Make sure you got some money stacked up. So when you decide to walk away and do it full time, you got cushion. I'm talking about cushion for at least a year and a half. Now I'm not going to say 6 months. I'm going to say a year and a half. Because anything could happen. Look at the pandemic. The pandemic changed all of us. I had just moved into my studio. I was so excited about that. I hadn't even got a chance to really start marketing and trying to do all the things I wanted to do because I was right in the middle of trying to go do the Podfest. I was speaking at Podfest. I was trying to do some other stuff. I hadn't even got a chance to really start marketing the studio. I was just getting my footing under me, trying to work it all out. And then the pandemic hit and knocked me right out the game. Now I'm going back in January. I'm going to start all over again. This time my studio is going to be a little bit different. So I'm kind of excited about that. It's going to be the Good Morning Gwinnett studio. So I'm excited about that. And we're going to do a little bit more than, I'm not producing for anyone. Let me not say that. We may be producing 2 other shows on the network, but it's not going to be private shows. It's going to be under the Good Morning Gwinnett brand. So yeah, I'm excited about that. But yeah, I'll be back in January. So making plans. So listen, Aries, think about your business. Don't quit your job yet unless you got a year and a half's worth of financial cushion to fall back on just in case. And understand that it's never going to be perfect. We got multi-billion-dollar companies that still are struggling to do something in their business. Just want to throw that out there to you. Taurus, be careful of disclosing personal information. Try to satisfy both your needs. Avoid any overindulgence. Listen, keep your business to yourself, Taurus. That's really what they're saying. Don't be careful not to disclose. Just keep your mouth shut. Because some things are just better left kept to yourself. Let me just tell you that. And if you don't want that junk to come back and bite you in the butt, don't tell nobody. Let me tell you something. The best way to keep a secret is to keep a secret. Don't share it. The minute you share it, it's no longer a kept secret. Keep your business to yourself. Gemini, be prepared to make compensations and adjustments. Real estate ventures will be to your advantage. Okay, it's a lot of real estate going on here. Take a look at your present direction and consider your professional options. Yeah, take a look at your present direction right now and consider your professional options. And you got some real estate ventures going on that's going to work out. I got to tell y'all this real quick, and I know I got a lot of stories, but I got to tell y'all this one. So last night, I had a really long day yesterday. I had to take my mom to her appointment. That was a very long appointment. Then I had to leave that appointment and take my uncle. By the time I got home, it was about 5:30 in the evening. I was drop dead tired. And that's why I had to do a short show yesterday because I just had all these things to do. But anyway, I came home. I didn't even want to think about business. I didn't want to think about anything. I just needed to give my brain a rest for a second and give my body a rest. So I found this show on Amazon Fire Stick, and it was called Turquoise Gold, right? And it profiled a family in Nevada, and they had turquoise mines. Did you know there were turquoise mines in Nevada? There are turquoise mines in Nevada, and they mine for turquoise. And when I tell you, they were making a lot of, so any kind of business, anything that deals with business, I don't care what it is, fishing. Let me tell you something. I watch Wicked Tuna. I will sit there and watch a whole season of Wicked Tuna. Why? Because it all has to do with business for me. So those kind of shows keep my attention. I watch American Pickers. Why? Because it's business. I watch Storage Wars. Anything dealing with business, I'm going to watch pretty much. And so last night, I watched about 4 episodes of Turquoise Gold, and it's about a family who live in Nevada, and they mine for turquoise. And so but you know what I found amazing? What I found amazing was how they blew up the rocks, because they go and they blow it up. They put dynamite and all that stuff, and they blow up the mountainside. And when they blow up the mountainside, it cracks it open so they can get to the turquoise. And then they take so turquoise is a stone, like a natural gem that's literally made up in rock. They blow it up and they go and they pull out chunks of turquoise that just look like rock, right? And then they take it back. They got a little I will call it a lab, where they take and they shave off all the extra dirt and rock that's on it, and it gets down to this beautiful turquoise stone. Now, I shared that story with you to say I knew that there were like gemstones out there like amethyst and I have citrine around my neck, and I knew that, right? But to actually see how it's done, it was amazing. So if you have the opportunity, you've got an Amazon Fire Stick, check out turquoise gold. I think it's mining for turquoise gold. It was just amazing to me. And people, let me tell y'all something. People were dropping cash money. Like this guy came from Japan. He dropped about $200,000 and took a whole bunch of turquoise and something they call white buffalo. Is pure, straight out the earth. Back with him to Japan. And I just, but here's the thing. Are you sitting on money? There's a story called Acres of Diamonds. You got to check it out. It's a story in The Richest Man in Babylon. These are the books I've read, y'all. But anyway, are you sitting on money? Like, do you have land? What's on your land? I was like, so where they were mining, it's just straight desert. But their grandfather or great-grandfather or somebody had the foresight to say, you know what, we're going to buy up all this land. And one day it's going to be worth something. And they bought it all up and the family owns it all. And they go there and they mine for turquoise and they mine for this stone called white buffalo. I just found that so intriguing. I had to cut the TV off because I would have been up all night watching it. It was just amazing to me. But anyway, I shared all that to say, do you own land? And if you do, could that be a good real estate venture for you? Whether it be mining for something, building something, creating something. Listen, my goal is to buy up some land, and I got a huge plan for it. I got goals, y'all. I never not have a goal. Trust me when I tell you that, ever. I'm just saying, yeah. Cancer, don't expect anything for nothing, and you won't be disappointed. Refuse to let others make unrealistic demands on you. Do not sign your life away. Listen. Don't expect anything and you won't be disappointed. I say that all the time. It's like especially when you expect it from people. People will disappoint you. And I know people don't want to hear that, but people will. Because your expectations most of the time are so high for them. And that's not who they are. So don't expect anything from anybody. You won't be disappointed. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, do what you're going to do. Know the people, know people for who they are, and just roll with that. I'm just telling you, that's just how it is. And a lot of people just won't do that. They will not do that. I'm just saying. Leo, you can make money if you're willing to push your ideas on those in a position to support your efforts. You may find it difficult to discuss personal matters with family members. Look into the cost factor, but don't get backing yet. All right, so obviously you're trying to get some investment for something. You want to make sure that before you go after the money, you have everything down pat. Because here's the thing. You don't want to ask for too much money and you don't want to ask for too little. So before you go to get this backing that you're trying to get, make sure you get your cost factors in order. Okay, Leo? Because you want to make sure that it's properly financed once you figure out what the cost factors are. And you want to be realistic about those cost factors. Sometimes, I remember when I first did my first business plan, I did the business plan. I went to let me tell y'all something. I was a consultant for the Rucker Small Business Development Center, right? But here's the thing. When I needed help, that's where I went. I went back to the Small Business Development Center because I needed some help. And one of the things I needed help with was the financials. When I did the financials, I looked at it from, okay, well, the monthly rent for this month is this, and this. So that's what we're going to pay for the year. So I did all the expenses for the year. Wrong. You need to do projections out 3 years at least, 3 to 5 years. And when you go for funding, you want to make sure that's the amount of money you ask for. But here's the problem. If you ask for 1 year and nothing happens, now you messed up because now you got to figure out how to make the next year happen. So make sure, Leo, that you put your numbers, you put all the costs in there and things that you may not even think, like things like, okay, well, I know every year I have to renew my domain name, right? It's $8. You won't put that in there because it's $8. You put that in there. That's a cost. You put everything in there, and then you calculate those costs, and then you go for backing. Because that way you're going to make sure that what your projections are realistic, and they can carry you through until you start bringing in revenue. That's all. Virgo, travel will be on your mind, but you should be sure that you've got all your work up to date. Don't rely on others to handle your workload. Don't ruffle the feathers of those you care about the most. Listen, Virgo, you can ruffle feathers sometimes, but if you care about them, don't ruffle their feathers. Don't do it because you're going to hurt somebody's feelings today. Yep. And think about the trip. Don't worry about ruffling nobody's feathers. Think about a trip. I'm thinking about a cabin next month. That's what I'm thinking about, with a fireplace. It's still kind of warm right now. Like, the trip's supposed to be this month, but it's like 79 degrees today. It's going to be so there's no room for a fireplace. Not yet. November, maybe December, I want to go to a cabin with a fireplace. That's my plan. That's what I'm doing. All right, listen, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thyssen. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you daily horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thyssen. We're going to pick it up with Libra. Get-togethers with those you find mentally stimulating. All right. You can make career moves that will be prosperous. Be sure to think twice before you say something that might hurt your partner's feelings. Listen, y'all know I say it all the time. Think about what you're going to say, because once it's out your mouth, you can't take it back. And trust me when I tell you, it will stay embedded in somebody's subconscious mind forever. So listen, Libra, before you say it may hurt your partner's feelings. You might want to think really, really hard before you say it. I'm just saying. Find you somebody that's going to stimulate you mentally. Yes. Let me tell you something. It all starts in the mind. Well, let me just say that. It's for women. It all starts in the mind for women. Let me say that. That's a hard thing for men to get in their heads. You know that? But that's another conversation for another day. But one day we're going to talk about that. Probably when we got this new book coming out, man. Georgette and Adele are writing. This is going to be a fun book, y'all. It's not a how-to book. It's going to be really fun. Like, we co-authored a book a long time ago called The Cookbook to Romance. It's going to be a spin-off of that, to that book. It's going to be a little bit more, though. So I'm excited about that. And we'll talk about stuff like that on another show. Scorpio, make sure any presentation you have is ready. Don't let relatives get the better of you. Your creative input will be appreciated by your boss. Yes, make sure any presentation you have is ready. Preparation, baby. Success is when preparation meets goals. That's success. Yes, and action. Be prepared. Make that presentation nice. Now, here's a plug for Canva. They don't pay me either. I need to start telling these people they need to pay me. Canva is a beautiful software program, and if you want to do a presentation, go to it. It makes some I do all my presentations in Canva, and I pop them up when I need to do them, and they come out gorgeous. Canva, you need to pay me. I love you. Sagittarius, ferret out information that will hold them responsible. You'll have great insight. Your emotions will be touched off concerning recent encounters with your lover. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with you on the insights on this one because you got some emotions that's going to be touched off. I don't know what that means. Yeah, concerning recent encounters with your lover. What did you encounter your lover doing? That's going to make, now, was it a good encounter or was it a bad encounter? Were they happy emotions or were they mad emotions? I don't know, Sag. I have no idea. But child, girl, guy. I always say girl. You know, I'm a chick, so that's why I'm like, girl. I don't know. I don't find too many Sagittarius men get emotional. They're really good guys, but I don't see them men very emotional. Not touched off. They may get a little angry. Very, very. It's a lot for them to get angry. The ones let me say this, the ones that I know, and I know quite a few of them, and it takes a lot for them to get upset. Capricorn, I really do know a lot of them. Now that I think about it. Capricorn, you are ready to blow up, and your stress level has gone into overdrive. Children will be one of the major concerns if you haven't kept the lines of communication open. You can expect insincere gestures of friendliness today. Watch out for the people that's being insincere, Capricorn. You know what I'm saying? Watch that person that's trying to be your friend, because 9 times out of 10, they ain't your friend. So just watch them. That's all I'm saying. Aquarius, your creative talent will prove to be lucrative if you put it to proper use. Okay, all right. You must deal with an emotional problem with your loved one that you have been avoiding for some time now. Dinner, theater, or comedy club may be just a place. Probably just a place for you to relax, Aquarius. Comedy club, dinner, theater. I used to go to this, and I don't know if they got them here. I'm sure they probably do. But when I remember in Jersey, we used to go to these dinner theaters and watch, I saw Phyllis Hyman sing at one about 2 or 3 times. I loved Phyllis Hyman, y'all. She was one of my favorite singers. As a matter of fact, the night she passed away, I was supposed to go to the concert, and they wouldn't give me the night off. I was pissed, too. But here's the thing. She never made it to the concert. She passed away that night. And my friends called me at work because they know, listen, my friends knew I loved these are the 2 people I love, Phyllis Hyman and Gerald Levert. Oh, Lord, I love Gerald. When he passed away and Phyllis passed away, it was like somebody had took a member of my family. I loved Gerald Levert. Love him. I thought I was going to marry him at one time. Guess not. Just like I didn't get to Phyllis's concert that night. All right. My fellow fish Pisces. You've been hurt before and could be again if you don't play hard to get. Okay, that must be for the single fish. That's not for us married fish. Listen, married fish. We don't need to play hard to get. We already been got. It's for the single fish. A passionate party for 2 might be just a remedy. That's for us, y'all. The passionate party. Don't worry about being playing hard to get. That's for the single fish. For us married fish, we're going to do this passionate party. That's going to be the remedy. Outdoor sports events should entice you. Always. I've been trying to get to the football game, Friday Night Lights, all season. And I don't think I'm going to get there this Friday night because it's supposed to rain. So, again, I'm going to miss out. All right. That's all the horoscopes I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thyssen. Now let's get on to some news you can use. So President Vice Biden was in Georgia yesterday campaigning. I honestly, y'all, I just be glad when this whole election is over. I feel like that'll get us back to, I don't know what that's going to get us back to. I just be glad when it's over because I just feel like it's just a lot of pressure right now. I feel like a lot of people are on edge right now. I feel like a lot of people are just plotting right now. I just feel like I just be glad when this is over. I don't know about you. That's just where I am. I want this to be over. I want Corona to be gone. Whew, yes, it's like sometimes it just becomes emotionally draining. But anyway, he was here campaigning yesterday for people to still get out and vote on November 3rd. Early voting ends October the 30th. You got 2 days. I'm telling you, do not wait until the 3rd. Do not do it. Do you hear me? It's going to be worse. Get on out there and vote right now. If you have not voted yet, you got until the 30th. Go cast your ballot. I'm telling y'all, we waited in line. We only waited about 15, 20 minutes. It went really smoothly. We went to the fairgrounds right here on Sugarloaf Parkway in Lawrenceville. We went in the evening around 6 o'clock. It went really good. Like, we didn't have to wait long at all. 15, 20 minutes was not bad. I don't know what it's going to be like on November 3rd, but here's the thing. You got until the 30th. Get out there and vote. I even think they still got Saturday voting. Go and vote. Do not wait till the 3rd and get in that line to be in that line for 10 hours. You hear me? Unless you just want to be a part of being in the line for 10 hours. Because some people just like that. They want to be a part of the drama. I, on the other hand, do not want to stand in line. I want to stand in line an hour. So that's why I was like, I'm going to do early voting. Not only that, you want to make sure that your name is there, that you got the proper ID. Because, a lot of crap is going on. And the closer you get to November 3rd, the more crap is probably going to pop up. So you got into October the 30th to vote. Go vote. Do not wait until November 3rd unless you just have to. I don't know why you would just have to wait until November 3rd unless you just want to do tradition. Some people are traditional. This is not tradition, y'all. This is not a traditional time. You need to vote like as soon as you can. Anyway, Vice President Biden was here and he was talking about, why you need to go out and vote, and we've heard it, so we know. I don't got to go back and rehash that whole thing. We know why we need to vote. If you make under $400,000, you need to go out and vote for the right party. If you have a pre-existing condition or know someone in your family who does, or a friend that you love, you know how to vote. I'm not telling you how to vote. I'm just saying. Yeah, anyway, it was, okay, so this was, so when I read this story right here in Gwinnett Daily Post, right, it made me kind of chuckle a little bit. And here's why. And I'm going to tell you why. So let me give you the gist of the story. So here's the gist of the story. So Saturday. So Carolyn Bordeaux appeared at a rally with Senate candidates Democrats candidate John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock at Shorty Howell Park on Saturday. Meanwhile, on the other side, McCormick appeared with Bunny Perdue, the wife of Senator David Perdue, and former White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders. So this is why it made me chuckle. Where the heck has Sarah been? Like, I know she wants to write a book. Listen, girl, write it under a pen name and write the book, because I know you got some stuff to tell. And that's what made me chuckle. So when I read that, I was like, what? Sarah Huckabee out somewhere? We haven't seen her since she left the White House. And I used to sit there and watch her, right? She was so rigid. Like, she never really smiled. I was like, oh my God, like, who wants to be that person? Like, you never smile? Like, she would never smile. She was just so rigid all the time. When she left, I was shocked. But here's what I want to know, Sarah, girl, because I know you got the tea, baby. I know you write the book. I know you probably had to sign a non-disclosure. I already know. That's why we ain't get the win of the book yet. Yeah, so I would love to see, because I know she got the tea. She was very, very, very loyal for a long time. And I used to say to myself, how could you get up there? See, my thing is, I think if I had to get up somewhere and lie every day to the public, just lie every day in general, every day, not one day, every day. If I had to get up there and defend foolishness that's why I think I would have made a horrible attorney. Because if I had to get up there and defend you and I knew you were guilty, that was going to be hard for me to do. And it's my fiduciary duty as an attorney to defend you without judgment, right? That would be my duty. That's why I couldn't be an attorney. I was going to be a paralegal. I went to paralegal school and graduated. Decided, I don't want to do that. But I remember going to my internship through Seton Hall. It was a paralegal program that was given at Seton Hall University in South Orange, New Jersey. And I remember having to go to the jailhouse, right? And I remember getting to the jailhouse. I had to interview inmates. This was a part of to get their story, right? So I get to the jailhouse one morning, and the guy comes to the window, right? Now here's the fun. When I think about this, this was funny. I get to the jailhouse. They send me to the jailhouse. I go there. I sit down, and I get so everybody got to come to the window. I was working with the public defender's office. That's what my internship was. I worked with the public defender's office. So I got this first guy. He got up there. He told me his story. And in my mind, I'm thinking, you lying. So this is what I'm thinking in my mind. You lying. Then this guy comes to the window, and I'm looking at the guy. I'm like, I know this guy. So I met this guy when I was in college. He used to date one of my friends, right? So he comes up, and he's behind the glass. I'm like, what you doing in here? He's like, oh, I was at my friend's house. And, listen to the story. I was at my friend's house, and I was just there. I just happened to come by that day. And the cops came. And when they came, we got busted for drugs. But it wasn't my drugs. I just happened to be there. And I was like, you lying. I knew he was lying. And I started laughing, right? So I guess he said, I need to get back at her. So he said to me, you got some gel stuck on the back of your neck from your hair. It was hilarious. Let me tell you, I do not make these stories up. These are true stories. The only thing he could say to me, because he was locked up and I was laughing because I'm like, you lying, right? Is that you had because as a female, you don't want your gel on your hair to be shown. So this is for black women. We put a lot of gel in our hair sometimes to lay it down to make it flat. So I had gel because I had laid the back of my hair down and it was on the side of my neck. He's like, you got gel on your neck. It was hilarious, but I said all that to say, where has Sarah been? Sarah, write the book. We buy everybody the book. We're going to buy your book because we know you got the inside tea, girl. Write the book. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back at this song and give you more of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County and beyond. Stay tuned.
Everybody's been saying that you're up to no good. Everyone has been telling me that you got me hooked. You're playing it big time. You're feeding me lies. Everyone has been bugging me to sever the ties. But I would never, ever, ever would have believed them. No reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see. But now the never, ever seem to be over. I saw her, so I'm happy I got freed. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I won't let the door hit when I leave. Should've known by your rap sheet that you weren't nice, but now I am telling you I'm going to smile. But I would never, ever would have believed them. No reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see. But now the never, ever seem to be over. I saw her, so I'm happy I got freed. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I won't let the door hit when I leave. I guess that I was born beneath a very lucky star, and in a week or two I won't remember who you are. Man down, he ran out of luck and now it's my time. Ain't no looking back, I'm on the right track. Here she goes. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky,
Welcome back. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the Daily Horoscope brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thiessen. You know, there is a lot of people who feel like Gwinnett is going to have a blue wave this election. You know, it's been a 30-year drought in a Democratic leadership in Gwinnett County, and this could be, you know, it could be blue. It could be a blue wave, and you know, a lot of people believe that it's going to be a blue wave. The county has almost 1 million people, and Gwinnett elected its first black candidate countywide to a countywide seat in 2018, just months before the bicentennial. So now, this year, there are 10 Democratic candidates running for countywide offices, and they're black. Yep. So meaning a sweep this fall would leave just one white elected official outside the judiciary. So, you know, there are some people saying, yeah, we think it is, but there's still some people that say, you know what, we don't know if it's going to be a blue wave or not. But anyway, Bianca Keaton, who is the Democratic Party chair, she said it represents a shift in Gwinnett County, and it's a big one. Yep. For 200 years, the county's histories, they've only had completely white representation. We are a really diverse community here, and so we need a diverse leadership team here. And diversity is what we need, because we are diverse. Like we are definitely a melting pot. And here's the funny thing: I'm a transplant to Gwinnett County, and I love it. I was born in Albany, Georgia. That's Dougherty County, for those of you who don't know. But I was raised in Newark, New Jersey, Essex County. And when I left New Jersey, I lived in Essex County. So I'm a transplant to Gwinnett County. I love it here. I love the diversity. I love all the great things they do here. So we want to be recognized as a population that is diverse in leadership as well. Yes, our government, our county is mixed up of a lot of different people. Like the population right now is 936,250, and 30% is black, 22% is Hispanic, and 12.5% is Asian. That's huge. That is huge. That's over 60% of the population is a different nationality. So we need to make sure our government reflects that. And so there you have it. It's a place for everybody here. You know, we just got to get along. That's all. That's all I'm saying. So y'all know last year the referendum, the transit referendum got shot down. It was a no-go, but it looks like it's going to make it to the ballot, and people have voted yes. And they're saying it looks a little bit different, you know. And some people said, you know what, I don't want it because, you know, it's not ours. A lot of people didn't like it because it was MARTA. They thought it was MARTA. And a lot of people liked it because they just like, we need transportation. And there are people who really, there are people who don't want to drive. They have no inklings at all to drive. So transportation for them will be great. I think the other thing I heard a lot about last year was that they didn't want people coming into Gwinnett County wreaking havoc. But here's the thing. They don't need transit to come into Gwinnett and wreak havoc. They're just coming in and wreaking havoc anyway. So a lot of people felt like, you know, if they had a transit system that ran from other parts of the state into Gwinnett County, it was going to bring in the unsavory. And, you know, they come in anyway, y'all, just in case you don't know. They do. We can't stop them. Unsavory going to find a way to come in and do what they're going to do. It just is, you know. But they're saying that the referendum this time looks a little bit different, you know, and hopefully, you know, for those who, you know, who voted for it, they get what they want. So they say if the referendum is approved next month, it will greatly expand Gwinnett's transit system, adding 4 bus rapid transit lines, 7 bus routes along major corridors. It will add local bus services and expand paratransit availability, as well as hours for transit services. And it will extend MARTA heavy rail from Doraville transit station to Jimmy Carter Boulevard. So, you know, we'll see. You know, it made it this far this year. It didn't make it that far. So it made it to the ballot. So we'll see what happens. You just never know. You know, there are people who are saying yes. There are people saying no. You don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just saying. Gwinnett Police is teaming up with other local law enforcement agencies to curb illegal street racing. I didn't even know we had that here in Gwinnett County. I've seen it on TV. Like, I've seen it downtown Atlanta, like under this bridge where the people are street racing. Like, how do you street race? It's so dangerous. Like, why would you want to do that anyway? You know what I'm saying? So drivers might see more police on the roads, and legal street racing is a part of why that's happening right now. I didn't even know that was an issue in Gwinnett County. I've never seen it happen, but I've seen it on the news, and it's like a party. Like, if you've never seen the news where it's like people everywhere, they're watching it. And my thing is, that's so dangerous. That's dangerous for the people that's watching. That's dangerous for the people that's doing it. That's dangerous for the people that's just passing by minding their own. It's just dangerous. And I don't understand why people want to do that. But anyway, Gwinnett County Police announced it will increase traffic enforcement efforts in partnership with the state and other local law enforcement agencies to address the street racing issue. Officials said that the metro area has seen a rise in legal street racing in recent months. But you know what? That's because people are bored and don't have a lot to do. But that doesn't make it right. But anyway, you get caught out there. If you're going to get caught, you get in trouble. And I think, you know what? I think you should, because you shouldn't be doing it. You got to keep people safe. You know, you got people that's trying to get home from work, that's minding their own business. They don't need to be running into some street racing group and then get into an accident that could be fatal. So do what you got to do, police. I'm just saying, because I don't agree with that. I think that's stupid. Go to the racing track you want to race. That's all. Just go to a racing track. Y'all, listen to this. Now, this right here, listen to this story. Lilburn man faces multiple tax refund fraud-related charges. He left and went to Middle Georgia. Ooh, he got multiple charges. I want y'all to hear this number, though. Listen to this. A Lilburn man is facing 20 federal charges in Middle Georgia for allegedly committing tax refund fraud to claim he was owed more than, listen to this, $165 million in income tax refunds. Let me say that again. He claimed he allegedly committed tax fraud, refund fraud, because he said he was owed I'm put the 100 in there, and $65 million in income tax refunds. Whew. What kind of work did he do, y'all? That's all I want to know. So can somebody tell me what that is? I just want to know what kind of work he does. $165 million in refunds. What did he do, bro? What you do? I just need to know. Obviously, it's twisted though, because now you're going to jail. Because I'm just saying. I just had to tell y'all that story. You wanted to read the whole story? Go to GwinnettDailyPost.com. The whole story is there. I was just baffled. Like, okay, so they owe you $165 million. I just want to know what he did. Like, what kind of work you got? What kind of business you do? What you do? Tell us what you do. Like, for real. That they owe you $165 million. Go ahead. Y'all want to read the full story? Gwinnett Daily Post is there. I'm just saying. I just can't. All right, so Krispy Kreme is giving out donuts. Yeah, Krispy Kreme. See, this one, remember I told you earlier, like, I eat sweets, I'll be sick for like about an hour. Yeah, I can't eat Krispy Kreme. Even though I used to eat them when I was young, I can't eat them now. Because it's too sweet. And it will make me sick as a dog. Sorry, Krispy Kreme. I would love to eat one. I can eat Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts is not as sweet. But, yeah. So Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme announced yesterday that it will give visitors the iconic I Voted sticker as well as a free donut in honor of Election Day on November 3rd. There's no proof of voting required to participate. However, Krispy Kreme officials hope the free goods are to draw those outside, draw to those out and about. So you want a Krispy Kreme donut, you got to go vote. Got to show your sticker. And you can get you a free Krispy Kreme donut. Listen, I can't mess with Krispy Kreme on that day because I already voted anyway, but they got good donuts, but I can't eat. It's too sweet. Now check this out, y'all. I think this is pretty cool. So, Halloween is just around the corner. It's in 2 days, and people want to go and do something. So I thought this was really, really cool. Really, really cool. So There's a funeral home here in Georgia, in Duluth. It's called Billhead Funeral Home, where they're gonna have a drive-by movie at the funeral home. I thought that was. Let me tell y'all something. When you are a business owner, you have to get creative. Now, here's the thing. I've never heard of Billhead Funeral Home, but because of this article in the AJC and the fact that they're going to be having a drive-through movie screening of Beetlejuice on Friday, this coming Friday, they're going to, people that did not know about Billhead Funeral Home will know. And here's the thing, it is what it is. We're going to lose some people. And you may be looking for, the opportunity to, you may need a funeral home. And so, Yep. So listen, you can go out the 30th and watch Beetlejuice at Billhead Funeral Home in Duluth. I thought that was so freaking creative. I just really did. Y'all know I'm a geek for stuff like that. So anyway, the movie drive-through theater featuring Beetlejuice is going to be from 9:30 to 11:45 p.m. October the 30th. It's going to be at Billhead Funeral Home and Crematory located at 3088 Duluth Highway. I'm telling y'all, what better? I don't know if they're giving out candy and popcorn, but I thought that was pretty cool. I'm just saying, gotta do what you gotta do. And as a business owner, you gotta learn how to pivot. You gotta learn how to adjustment. You gotta think outside the box. You gotta be creative. You gotta be all these things. And I thought that was pretty darn creative. And it also is gonna give the people some. I would have liked to have seen the Addams Family. I've seen Beetlejuice. I think we've probably all seen Beetlejuice, but we've never seen it at a funeral home. I'm just saying. So that may be something I might think about doing. But anyway, if you want to go, it's 9:30 to 11:45 this coming Friday. Billhead Funeral Home and Crematory, located at 3088 Duluth Highway in Duluth. So check out the movie. Now, you think the kids might like that? That might be a little freaky for the kids. But it's definitely different. It is definitely different. All right, so listen, guys, that's all I got for you. I'm going to go to my last song, and I'll be back after this song to give you my inspiration for the day. Stay tuned.
So casually keep diving into concrete. So bittersweet. Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me?
Welcome back. So listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. But before I go, I want to give you my words of inspiration, and here goes. And this is a good one. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Let me say that one more time. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Malcolm X said that and he was right. What do you stand for? You have to stand for something. Don't fall for everything. Get out and vote. Stand for what you stand for. I understand, and I'm talking to anybody. If it's what you stand for, is what you stand for. You know, what I think is wrong or think is right is what you stand for. Now, what I would challenge you to do is say, if what I stand for, does it harm anyone? That's what I would challenge you to do, right? If what you stand for harms someone, then you might want to think about that. If it does not, it's what you stand for. That's all I got for you today. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 56 minutes with me, and I appreciate you and love you for that. If you missed any episode of this show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes there. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett, and follow me on Twitter at GM Gwinnett. Also, go to Apple Podcasts and find your favorite episode or two and give them all 5 stars. I appreciate you so much for doing that as well. And if you listen to me on Spotify, Sonos, iHeart, wherever you listen, show me some love. I appreciate that as well. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 o'clock, God willing. Listen, stay safe out there. Stand for what you stand for. As long as you're not hurting anyone, hey, do your thing. That's all I got to say. Keep your mask on. Stay safe. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 o'clock, God willing. Until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.